Oh! Certain characters like Hakon and so on aren't available right now because they're, alright. It's because they're currently at work on the, at the woods. Well, I'm a big fan of having Avend around. I might try to have a Leo around too. He could be handy. I like Mogr because he's ridiculously defensible with a high stat of 17 armor. He can just keep taking hits without it being a problem. Avend has the ability. Let's see, did they change it? They did not change it. It hits diagonal units within a range of 6. So yeah, he can do a ranged lightning attack where it'll hit one enemy, but then it'll chain from enemy to enemy diagonally and hit everyone around there. I also have him set up with an item that gives him more will every turn, so he has a good supply with that. He can also heal someone's armor. Let's see. Should I start? I could probably start working on Gris. He's a tough character. He's got Battering Ram as knockback. He's basically a duplicate of Ivor, which is a little unfortunate. But he's probably good to use around. But I want Alette, because I want to start using him. Let's give Aleo a practice run, because I've never given him a shot. Oh, Krumer's down here, with his really, really high offensive stat. That might be someone that I bring in instead of Trygve. That I missed. I very much missed. There we go. So we'll give these people a shot. Yeah. It might even be better to have a Leo. Oh, wait. Hang on a second. Let's see. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. He needs to be next to the isle. He needs to be next to the ally that delivers the killing blow. If Aleo hangs out next to an archer, for example, or even Avend, that would count actually as killing blows, as far as I can tell. So if Aleo hangs out next to Avend and Avend does a chain lightning that kills multiple enemies, then that could probably be like bam, +2 or +3 will coming to your entire party, which seems noteworthy. Just gonna briefly check to make sure everyone has no points to spend, because they might have some from the previous game, because they got free level ups, and a couple of these characters don't have items yet. Gris, get out of the way. So you're rank 3. We've got Alette's bracelet, 1 armor, 1 strength, 1 will, which is probably a good thing for a melee character like you. Will on rest, dodge attacks. That's pretty. Nope, Alette's bracelet's pretty much your option right now. Enjoy that, weird stranger. I'm just going to ignore the fact that it's kind of creepy that some random person has Alette's bracelet, but it's in my pool of items right now, and she's outgrown it, for sure. Give him dodge, which is a good stat for that kind of character. Bonus will on a rest is decent, but I don't tend to rest that often. Let's give him a dodge chance, just to help avoid incoming attacks. And we are a go. Actually, put Gris first because he has Battering Ram, right? Yes. Alright, good to go. I like to have the Battering Ram character go first because they can target a character specifically and knock them away, which is a strategy that helped me during the final boss fight. Looks like they're so far away it won't matter, though. During deployment, you can place units anywhere in the blue tile. Yep. You can just move them all around in here. Once all of your units are deployed, click the ready button. Alright, so 1611. I can just click this up here. There we go. Alright, good news is none of the enemies have super high strength, which means they can't do that much damage. This guy's the biggest threat with 15. These guys are pretty armored. They have shield slam, whereas this guy has tremble, which means he can summon a new enemy to the field. So I want to prioritize this guy, because he can do the most damage to my units and he can summon new troops. Everyone else is not essentially scary. This guy does a little this guy sets mines, basically. More like time bombs. Alright, so I assume that this is a piece of debris you can't walk past. I've never really been in a field that was filled with stuff like this. It looks really chaotic. So those are the exact dimensions of where we're allowed to walk around here. Okay, let's bring up our humans. Oh, look at this. All of our little humans are hacking away. I was gonna say that's Hogan and Mogan, but then there's a third one that looks exactly the same, and that kind of breaks the illusion that those two twins are the ones we're seeing here. Let's see. Gris can't really get up with the Battering Ram. I don't know how this debris plays out. But let's bring our strong character up. They can take a hit, so that if we do get a hit, it'll be blocked. And then our damaging character will be ready to on the approach, hopefully. And these 3 humans are sorted by turn order, so we should be good to go. That was somewhat poorly done on my part. I should have put Gris in a better position, probably. Yeah, that part was not a great idea. I don't want to block our damage dealer, and this debris is definitely in the way. There we go. We can move a little closer to shore, which will give us some more open space to work with. Get that debris cleared, hurry! Oh, so we can just attack it. Which debris exactly can we attack? Is it this tree? Can we just attack this entire tree? Forge ahead. Yeah, forge ahead is an ability that moves people's turn orders. Oh, she's talking about the debris that this story is about. Never mind. I thought she was talking about debris in our way because we've introduced that as being a mechanic. Yep, they'll be on their way. So unless something has changed, it should be a pretty valid strategy to try to limit, it should be a valid strategy to try to limit, who you kill, because generally it's helpful to leave enemies alive because they waste turns, essentially. Kind of want them to approach me. Here he comes. Oh yeah, he's just outside of range too, which is kind of perfect. So he's in arc lightning range, but it does low damage for now. It does the most damage when it gets to chain. So for now, we just want to get the chance to get our opening shot, which should happen soon. We're pretty crowded over there, so maybe I should start rounding around the side. I did kind of trap myself a little bit. I wonder if he should just stay put. Kind of wondering if I can taunt this guy to come over here. Nope, he is not interested in coming this way. That's a weird thing to do to your own character, hurting them. Maybe he wanted to rearrange them specifically for that purpose, though. Interesting. Either way, it's probably a good idea to get in this guy's way. And take a big old chunk out of his armor. And now that his armor's so low, Alette can just obliterate him, hopefully. Oh, wow. Or we can one-shot him, basically. Also, not a terrible move. And if I walk up right here, I'll be in range of our friend here, which means I'll get extra will. So let's do this one. 28! We got a crit from his item. Everyone enjoy your bonus, will. I think I like this bard. I think he'll be fun. Do I want to move right now? Not really. I'm kind of content to stay put. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he's in Alette's range. When is his turn? His turn's next. Oh, that's a fun problem. I don't know when he's gonna move. Let's get Alette ready to do extra damage, though. Because she's next. Yeah. What a weird new class. Hey, rude, but also totally in range, so thank you. I'm going to obliterate you now. So I was just talking about... I was talking about being careful about who I kill because of the fact that, oh wow, we have so much will. I was talking about being careful about who I kill because, of course, it means the remaining enemies get more moves more frequently because the two, red and blue, always alternate. So if they have fewer units, that means those units get to move more often. I have 6, he has 3, so each of his 3 units are going to move twice as often as any of my individual 3 units. And that's kind of a problem sometimes. But at the moment, we're doing so much damage per attack that it doesn't seem to really be a problem. Let's put a dent in his arm and his attack. A quick lightning attack means he'll be down to 7 strength, which means that he has less strength than pretty much any of my characters have armor, so he shouldn't be able to hurt anyone. I guess I'll just slowly make my way around here, because Gris is just kind of a crowd right now. There's too many large characters in a small space, so he can't really get around. It would have been better, perhaps, to have a human around instead for that reason. Varl are really powerful to have around, and really good for restricting the movement of your opponents, but they also restrict the movement of your characters. And that has consistently been a problem. Let's take out this guy's armor. I have so much extra willpower that I can do my maximum exertion. I have 2 exertion total with the little broken chain icon, so I can just take out most of his armor in one go. Krumer can also do something similar, but not great though. Let's see. I wonder if we're better off. Krumer can't do that much right now, so I wonder if he should just use Forge Ahead on Alette. Forge Ahead puts Alette next in the turn order. Okay, that might have been a waste actually. She was actually about to go soon anyway. I think that guy moved out of my range, didn't he? Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping to attack this guy because his armor is low and I would do bonus damage. Well, this was a waste. But at least I can pierce him. So this guy's down to 10 armor. Yep. As a side effect of them moving more often than I do, this guy got to set off mines and then detonate them before I got an action off. Which is a bummer. Let's see. Pretty much my entire team currently has more strength than the opponents do, so my buff is basically useless right now. And these guys aren't particularly high in strength either. I think I'm going to move forward. Because I think if anyone's going to want to attack these characters, they're going to probably move forward too. So I'm just going to surround myself with allies so that I can hopefully buff them. Okay, what's with the AI right now? Are they in tutorial mode? Because they're attacking air a little bit. And it's sort of weirding me out. Just a wee bit. Okay, let's go ahead and enter this guy's range. No one really has damaged armor right now. This guy has damaged armor, I guess. Yeah, actually, yeah, he does have damaged armor. So let's fix that up. My mend ability spends a few willpower to heal someone by a value equal to half my character's current willpower. And because our willpower is buffed up so much by I almost said cleric, by our bard, that character actually has a comical amount of willpower. So he just healed right back up to full. Take a chunk out of that guy. He'll be nice and vulnerable soon. Okay, so we're right next to the bard, so if I get a killing blow, it helps. Right now I can't, though. Might as well take a nice big hit, though. My exertion cap is 2. So what is my special ability again on this character? Breaks their armor and punishes them for retaliating. Seems a little unnecessary right now. Instead, I'll take down his strength so he can't really hurt anyone. There we go. They're trying to gang up on me. That's not very much appreciated. I only have an exertion of 1, so I can't do that much damage here. But Alette couldn't they? Especially if she doesn't move. She's next, though. That's silly. So let's just hit this guy. If only these two would stand diagonally, Avon could one-shot them both simultaneously and have a grand old time. Alright, so I regretted moving for a second there because I lost puncture, but I can probably still do enough damage to kill, and I did move next to the bard, which was the point of that action, which seems worth it. This guy is currently surrounded. I'll shoot the distant target instead. Yeah, his armor solo, I don't even need to use willpower. Which we're overflowing with. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to having so much willpower. Wow. This bard might have already become my favorite human character to have around. It almost makes up for losing Rook, who had a great ability where he would mark a target and then everyone would attack that target simultaneously. It was amazing. Bard literally can't move, so he's just gonna sit here, I guess. Have a sweet time. He's totally surrounded by all these characters that are trying to mooch off his glory. Nah, he's great, though. If I keep using him this way, I might have some trouble getting kills with him, but still. If I do 2 willpower, that'll do rank 2 for 3 damage. That'll kill him. Okay, we just confirmed that doing that kind of kill with a spell still gives you the bonus willpower. Alright, so now we're in Pillage mode. Once you've entered Pillage mode, everyone gets a turn in order, and the two teams alternating just goes away. So the good news is I get to obliterate this guy. The bad news is I don't really have stats right now because he's just been pummeling me this whole time. So instead I'm going to battering ram him to knock him towards my other teammates. Have fun, guys. Dinner's served. Hello, friend. I'm going to crush you today. You hear the axemen cheer as the blockage of wood breaks up and disappears down the river, but the dredge have regrouped. One of them looks especially menacing. The fighters around you are tired, but could buy everyone else enough time to safely board the ships. So you can either stand your ground with those around you, or just say get to the ships. If you shout at everyone to get to the ships, then you sacrifice your tired fighters around you. Huh. I'm not sure if he means the fighters around me as in like the characters in my party, or just I assume they mean just the fighters in my entire clan. If we shout at them to get to the ships, making the fighters buy time, I feel like that would make us lose more fighters. Whereas if I stand ground with them, we might be able to reduce casualties, so I'm going to continue to stand your ground with those around you. We'll join the others when we finish our job here, you say. Those around you laugh and brace for another round of battle. Oh wow, here they come. Just right. That's pretty rough. Oh no. Okay, cool. Two more enemies. When's this guy get a turn again? Oh, he's pretty far off, but Gris is until after that. Alright, it's Krumer's turn. Krumer, I need you to go to our mage. Not our mage, our mender. Make him go next. If the mender goes next, then he can use his ridiculous pool of willpower to repair Krumer's health before it goes down. Oh no, here it goes. Oh, he's still alive. He's still alive. Alright. Mender, use your mending abilities, which you can thankfully do at great range. Let's see. Half of the mender's current willpower plus 2. So it's 7 heal. Gris has a total of 14 armor, so he needs to be healed by 6. So no, I don't need to give it a bonus. Just use one willpower on the spell. There we go. And he should be maxed out. But yep, that's his. Wait, is that not his cap? Oh wait, he's got 15. Whoa. The armor buff can go past your cap. That's worth knowing. Okay, cool. Alette can use some of her exertion, try to move further, but I don't think she'll be able to go into attack range regardless. So I'm just gonna move. I'm just gonna move a bit. I want to get Gris out of there if I can, but I don't know how I would do that at this point. I think more than anything, I want to get a Leo. Yeah, no one has big strength advantages, so his primary buff doesn't really help. Right now, I want to get him out of the way so he's not standing in anyone's path, so they can move properly, and I can try to orient him properly later. But right now, we kept our willpower pool from last fight, so we keep our benefits right now. Let's see. This guy's down on armor. Why is that guy down on armor? Did I hurt him already? Oh wait, no, he just got hit by that knockback, so he got reduced in armor too. That's silly. You're silly. Anyway, you hurt me, so that gives me a chance to escape. I'd rather have Gris run away than fight right now, because if he goes down in combat, which he might do anyway, because they might just chase him. If he goes down in combat, he gets wounded, and and that means that he'll lose strength. Depending on how bad the wound is, you can lose 1 to 3 strength. And since strength is both your offensive capabilities and your health, losing your maximum strength sucks. And you have to rest in order to get it back, which you can also just not use him in combat, sure, but I don't know how many fights we're going to be coming up on. Let's see. Poor guy's running out of armor. I should probably move a little bit so people can get past me. Let's move over here. That went a little further than I meant to. I want to attack him. My exertion's 2, so let's pop 2 willpower onto him. And then with this guy, we can take his strength down, hopefully. I'm attacking this guy down here. Yep. We can take him down to 7. So now he'll be kind of useless. but we're getting flanked and taking more hits. So when given the opportunity, we're gonna want to heal. I was tempted to move the Mender ahead, but he's gonna be next anyway, so that's pointless. So we'll just head forward towards the fray, which I unfortunately can't properly reach from here. Alright. We'll head forward. No reason to exert myself if we're not gonna actually reach the fight either way. So I'll stay put. We lost him. Alright. There was a decent chance of that happening. Alright, no one's standing diagonal, so my lightning is kind of ineffective, unfortunately. But I'll still use it. And if I stand here, everyone will get more willpower for it. But it's a bad idea to... yeah, it's a bad idea to do that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't get in range to attack that character. No one really needs an armor buff right now. Oh wait, if I'm careful I can do just 1 damage though. Arc Lightning, 2 strength damage. It'll help take him down to just 1 to make him extra useless when his turn comes up. But he'll still be alive to help continually waste the enemy's turns, which is more or less my goal. I have to go pretty far over to get into attack range, but it's probably worth it. These characters need to take some damage. I probably should have... yeah, I should try to get into Thread the Needle range to hit them both at once. Gotta get used to that ability. I didn't use Alette very much in my original playthrough, but now she's what I got. But hey, goodbye strength. That's 2 characters weakened. They'll try, but they won't be great. Alright. So if I move up in there, it basically says am I not even... no, I can attack this guy, and I can attack that guy. But it seems to not... oh wait, no. Oh wait, how do I make the health bars go away? The button went away. That's never happened before. I think the damage number is being blocked, so I can't see it. What's this guy's armor break? It's 1, so it's garbage. Cool. Yeah, he's not really super useful aside from placement, so I'm gonna have him head over to Alette, who will probably get a kill next turn. That's not good. That's not how I want snipers to work. Here's a fun idea. What if I wander over here and tell you to... ooh, no, we have willpower to spend. Oops, right there. How about you, GTFO? There you go. Get off of Alette. And flanking's happening. But he can't get through my armor, so we're pretty much A-okay. And now Krumer and his powerful amount of strength can take a chunk out of this guy. He only has 1 exertion, so this is the best he can do. But it means that all of these guys are relatively useless right now, and we can focus on this big guy. Ooh. Yeah, that was gonna happen. He has an absurd amount of armor and strength. Is he getting bonus armor? No, did he start with 20? I think he did start with 20. Okay. Event. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you can already see him from here? You totally can. That's cool. No one on our team really needs armor healing, so let's go ahead and lightning this guy. Which thankfully strikes people through their armor. It's my 1 chance at getting his armor, his attack lower, so that he can't just obliterate us with our current setup. And now let's take a chunk out of him with our bonus armor break. And soon we'll be able to hurt him too. But Alette is very much in danger of being taken down, but that guy was nice enough to block my path in a kind of not smart way. So at least that happened. And... let's see. We're telling every 2 strength the enemy has over an ally get 1 strength damage. He only has 1 strength over my character. You know what? I'll buff Alette anyway. Maybe Alette will take more damage between now and her next turn, and that will help increase her damage against the enemy, hopefully. These guys are really good at hurting their own teammates. That's weird. It's weird how often they're doing that. Let's see. I should go flank this guy with Krumer to try to block some of his path, because right now he shouldn't really be able to hurt me. His strength is now lower than Krumer's armor, thankfully. Hello, Avend. You're under attack again. It happens a lot. People are not a fan of you, but hey, you have armor still, so they also can't do that much to you. So, let's get another lightning spell in there. Ooh. You nasty, nasty boy. So, Avend is currently diagonal from Alette. I mean, Alette and this enemy are diagonal, so if I use lightning on this guy, it'll hurt Alette. So instead of doing that, let's mend Alette. It'll slightly increase her armor, so that she's less likely to be obliterated by this guy over here, but it's not great. There would have been better solutions. Let's take another chunk out of his armor. He should be down to 10 now. He's still a tough nut to crack, but we're getting closer to being able to properly hurt this guy. And I don't really have much to do with this guy besides just stand in the middle of this crowd, I guess. Yep. No real strength advantage going on right now, so it's not really... And, I'll just buff Alette again. Might as well use his willpower for something. This way, if Alette takes strength damage like right now... Nope, that's armor damage. If she did take strength damage, then we'd have an advantage coming up soon. Alright, so my strength keeps going down on this character, so we can't really hurt him past his armor right now, so I'll take a chunk out of his armor. And that should hopefully open things up for Alette's puncture ability. Oh no, but Alette's stuck in melee range, so she's kind of useless right now. Alright, yeah, this kind of got into being a mess. Okay, since things aren't going according to plan right now, and not that many people need armor, I'm going to instead use my lightning on this guy, and I'm going to start killing enemy units. Because if we kill the other two, if we kill these last two guys, we'll just enter pillage mode, and then everyone gets a turn all the time. And then we can really just beat this guy down. I really trapped myself here. Alright, so I can't attack them at all, because she can't use a melee weapon. So I guess I'll rest. Oh yeah, he moved targets. That'll allow me to attack him at least, or you can. Alright, pillage mode. Everyone gets to just pummel this guy now. I am going to move around him, because we all get a turn. So if I come over here, there's a little more open space. And now his armor's low, so other characters can do some serious damage. He's now diagonal to this guy, so I don't really want to go into his range that way, but I could melee him, which I don't normally do, but there's no reason not to right now. Got that big ol' willpower pool right now, and Alette can back off to take out the final blow. Interesting. The within one tile thing includes diagonals, apparently. That's good to know. It's one of those things you only really know if you test, unless the game tells you specifically. Bam! 18 renown! And that goes a longer way now, because that's not like one person leveling up from 2 to 3, like, it's suddenly worth a lot. Or 3 to 4? Anyway. That could level up 2 different characters, probably, instead of just 1 or 0. Some of our heroes are... Oh, I didn't get to read that. We might make it down this river to the capital without any more trouble. Ivor, come on, man. Have you experienced any of how this game works? You look at Ivor, surprised by his optimism. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. And I might sprout wings and start flying. Oh, you're playing with me. Would that make up for your missing arm? Hey, I get to make jokes about losing my arm, not you. I suppose that's fair. So, what are you worried about now? I think you should make use of this trainer and his tent that we haul around everywhere. You can't hesitate anymore when it comes to killing others, not when it comes to protecting your own. Let's bank the ships and make sure you're ready by challenging your skills. I think they're just forcing me to level up. Yep, therefore... Oh, the trainer. Oh, I've never used the trainer, actually. I went through the entire first game without using it a single time. There's the training trend where you can hone your skills by completing challenges and through freeform sparring. Interesting. That's new. The sparring was there. I don't think the challenges were there the first time around, unless I didn't notice. We have good morale, good supplies. This never happens. Let's visit Avend. You watch for a moment as Avend, Juno's apprentice and the mender found nearly dead at Ridgehorn, Moves his staff in a complex pattern, repairing some armor. Not a bad festival trick, right? Care to give it a try? Mending? Me? Ha. I think I said exactly the same thing the first time a mender asked me to try. I thought you had to be born under a blood moon to be, or be from a certain clan. It certainly helps if you suckled from a she-wolf as a babe. Avon smiles. Anyone can be a mender, but the training can be difficult. I'm not sure I like the way that sounds. You've already completed many of the lessons, tending to wounds, endurance trials, focus amid distractions. It comes naturally to you. But what would I have to do if I said yes? You'd have to practice, day and night. Avon looks up towards the unmoving sun. You'd have to practice quite a bit. That was a fun little reference to the fact that the sun doesn't move anymore, so there is no day and night. But he still falls back on the phrases, which reinforces the idea that even though there is no day and night cycle right now, once upon a time there was, within these people's lifespans, well, pretty recently, so that to the point where they're still not really used to the concept of it. You'd have to practice quite a bit. It wouldn't be easy. It might even be popular with the clansmen. They're a little skittish around Juno and me. You're not making it sound that great. I've never been much of a recruiter, but mending has its advantages both on and off the battlefield. Like using lightning to bring down an ancient Varl bridge? Avon grins and picks up the armor. Hopefully not. Anyway, mull it over, and we'll talk about it again. I've got to check on the fighter who is wearing this. Being a mender can be really interesting because there are clearly powerful abilities attached to that kind of stuff. Makes good use of your willpower pool, but there's also the ongoing risk that, well, there's some ongoing risk that people will react violently to it, you know, witchcraft and all that. That said, what if Avon doesn't turn out to be a permanent party member, because moments of the story have basically threatened to rip away virtually every character from me at some point. So, giving special abilities to the one character that seems like they'll be around for the rest of the game, Alette, is pretty tantalizing at that point. Let's try training. Well, come on in and let's have a look at you, Sven, the trainer says. After a quick assessment, he says, "Yep, looks like you could stand to learn a few things. I've got 5 challenges for you, and if you can finish them all before we get to Oberang, well, I'll let everyone know you've impressed me." Ha! Sven's laughter is full of phlegm. Let's start with a few of the basics. You think about what he's saying. You feel up for the challenge? I'm ready. Then we begin, Sven barks. That beard is so pointy. The pointiest beard that ever did live, and that ever did beard. So I've tried this a few times now. The tough thing is trying to get them to line up. So what I want to go for is... let's give this another shot. Let's try lining up again like this. I need to make a wall of them so they all stand together, and then Hakon can go in. But it's kind of hard to get 3 of them to stand in a line. Because they do try to attack diagonally like this. There's not a lot to do about that. I think he should stay put. We're so close. One of you move right there and I'm good. Okay, I don't want her to be easy to target, so let's put her behind other characters and go for damaging people's armor. Come on, you guys are so close to standing in the right shape here. They took him down already. Wow. Rude. But unfortunately, they're still not standing in this... Oh, wait, no. They're kind of standing in the right shape right now. Alright, so who's the next character to move? That guy. Okay, he can't even really do much to mess with this right now, so... Instead... I'll just help weaken characters? Yeah. If I go over here, I can attack this character for 7 damage. And now that he's weak, it'll be easy to take him out with a shield wall. Alright, I think this will let me finally hit them. My goal is that if I hit this guy in the middle, I think it'll bounce between all these characters. Yes! It took so many attempts to get that one off, to get them to stand in the right shape. Alright. This is, now if I attack him without moving, I'll get a puncture. There we go. Oh, you don't have to win the fight, you just get the objectives? Okay. You've completed the training objectives. I had most of it down, but it took a few attempts to make them stand in the right pattern so that I could actually hit them with the heavy blow or whatever it's called. 12 renown. Hello. That's weird. So you play around in the training room and you get resources you could use to buy supplies so that people don't starve to death. It's like when you're just talking about it as a way of upgrading your characters for experience, it's great. But when you're talking about being able to buy supplies, it gets weirder. A red skull icon shows some of your units are injured. Use the rest tent to pass time and heal. Full recovery takes days. Here's the tent with all our characters. Let's see how injured people are. These two characters are injured for 3 days, which means that they should be down 3 strength while they're injured. Unless they change that. I probably should have read that up close. Be good characters to upgrade. Alette's ready for a level up, though, and she's my priority right now as the big badass main character. 9 is not a lot to spend either. So I'll gladly do it. 12 out of 11. I can do it again. Absolutely. 13. I will gladly overindulge points into her as the protagonist. Overwatch. Alette knocks an arrow and waits. Any enemy who moves within her bow's range will be struck by her deadly missiles. Alette sacrifices her immediate attack for the chance to set up attacks against multiple foes. It's also useful defensively since every enemy who comes into range will be hit. She can attack multiple foes? Whoa. Okay, I really like that ability. Why does they choose ability? There's no other options, so we just have to choose this ability. I guess maybe other characters will have different options. Yes. So she just got a new skill. So she has Thread the Needle, which is a line attack, but now she has Overwatch, which sounds amazing. If she can just stand around and shoot everyone who comes by, that's something tough. That's a really cool thing to have that's alongside something that Rook had, which like she could make a bunch of people attack the same character. And if she's in Overwatch mode, Puncture should activate, so that's also very good. I love the sound of that. This stat is maxed out, and the talent can now be... Oh. Sorry, let's look at that. This stat is now maxed out, and a talent can be unlocked. Activate the stat button to select one of the available talents. I can do that for 3 of these stats. What does this say? Strength is both damage and health. Yeah, we know that apart. Robust. Years of toil in field and battle have hardened your body against pain. Rank 1 is 20% chance to resist damage. Resist 1 damage. Then 20% chance to resist 2 damage. 20% resist to 3 damage. Not a big fan of gambles, though. But this is interesting. This is new. This was not here before. I guess this... Oh, this is how they're dealing with the fact that you keep leveling up your characters, but they'll hit their skill cap at some point, because I don't think they really raised the skill caps. Artillery Strike. Is this also a strength item? Oh, wow. There's multiple strength talents. Oh, it's a chance of critting. Go for the soft spots, as your trainer is fond of saying. 10% chance of bonus crit, 15, 20. 2 options. What about this one? This is our willpower. No, it's our exertion. Dodge. 5, 10, and 15% chance of completely avoiding an attack. So this is a higher percent chance, but only avoids some attack, whereas this would avoid all of the attack at a lower chance. The other option, Lucky Shot. Whoa. The God Dangler might be dead, but only luck explains some of these hits. The question here is, though, I don't know if it means bonus hit chance, as in higher chance of hitting whenever you have a reduced hit chance, like when you're attacking somebody with armor, or if it means that you have a chance of doing a bonus hit, like double shot. I feel like it would be more specific, though, so I think that it's just meaning that if someone has higher armor than my strength, I have like more chances of getting a guaranteed hit, which is very appealing, actually. I might actually want that. Then there's Armor Break. Exploit. 10, 15, and 20% chance to cause puncture. You search for their broken straps of torn mail and make them pay. I don't know what puncture means. Isn't that just my basic ability? I can cause that on my own. I don't need to have a percent chance for it. then divert. 5, 10, and 15% chance to avoid an armor attack. Alright, so they're all gambles across the board. Various things that can help keep you alive. Bonus hit is appealing, but none of them are super crazy. They're all worth considering, but I'm also equally interested in increasing my stats across the board, which are mostly maxed out, but some armor would not hurt. Oops. What? Locked. Must max stat. No, I'm not trying to... Oh, I clicked on the stat instead of the plus sign. My bad. Then some bonus willpower would be handy. I'm especially thinking, like, what if I become a, what if she does become a mender? Like, having a bunch of willpower would be fantastic. Admittedly, kind of a gamble at that point. She has iron bands because she was a low-level character. Let's see if I have something really cool to give her, because she now can use everything I've ever had. 20% chance for double damage would be great. 2 armor per turn, knockback on large attacks, armor per turn. Nope. Let's give her the chance of critting. Bam. That'll make her scarier with her puncture and everything. Alright, does anyone else need a big promotion? I like Mogre's armor. Can I keep increasing it? I actually can increase it again, so I think I might. That's a lot of my... It's a lot of my renown to spend, though. Maybe not right now. I think I've invested enough in Alette that I might hold off on leveling up another character immediately. But we have a cool level 6 now.